Hey guys, this is Wild Bill from Brooklyn. This video is brought to you by my dear friend Mickey from CoinOpNewYork.com. This video we're going to be talking about the V225 RCA, which is pretty scarce. It was made in 1942 for 6 months, and then RCA dropped this and started wartime production. Now the reason for this video is this did not work. This had an issue when I had it delivered, and what happened was the shipper, or the person I happened to get this from, somehow he had to forget to tighten up the shorter bolts in each corner onto the frame of the wood of the RCA cabinet. They had to be very loose, because when I received this and opened it up, this whole tray was loose and angled up, which killed this thing. Did not work at all. This worked perfectly, so he says, when it left, and when I got it, it did not work. So, with the help of a dear friend who's the vicar of Vintage from Virginia, the Philco kid, Mr. Donald Cochran, he assisted me on the phone whatever he can, and just told me take it out and ship it to him and he'll take care of it. But what I did my own is I took it out because it had to come out anyway. I got myself 4 6-inch bolts, which act as legs to perch this up, but they should be 7-inch to get it up higher. And I just studied this and checked and looked myself. Basically, the whole piece is mechanical. So I guess I'm pretty good with certain things, and I'm looking around, I'm looking at the operation. Nothing is working, it's not ejecting. All that happened was the arm was going back and forth and just playing one side of the underneath of the record. That's it. No ejecting, nothing. So I'm looking around and I noticed a couple of things, all because of this thing in the truck, I guess, jolting around. Underneath this piece there is a mercury switch that looks like a number 44 bayonet bulb that is in some kind of socket or a holder. That seemed like it was out, and it was, because this thing is put in a detent position, and I had a feeling it was something related to that, so I put that back into the position. And then also this has a couple of idler wheels underneath. One of them was off and angled, and it was not hitting, which to me seemed another problem. And then there was something else with a sprocket, one of the sprockets, that may have not contributed to the problem. I don't know, but whatever I did, it now works perfectly, which I'm thrilled to death just from doing those little adjustments. Instead of shipping this back and forth, this thing actually is really made like a Sherman tank. This is some piece of equipment, and I'll just show you the operation working. Now this lever here gives you double play, 2 sides, and pushing it down is one side. You never touch this while a record is playing. So let's put it up on 2 sides. Turn this on, which this is the switch, and let's press the eject. and you probably have to do this twice to get it cycling. Okay, there it goes. And now it's sandwiched in between the record and is playing the top part of the record, which is one song. Amazing. So as this is playing, I'm going to eject it again, and you're going to see the operation of what happens. So I'm going to eject it. Now notice what happens. The record stops playing the motor and reverses. And you will see now playing the underside of the record right there. The record actually is sandwiched in between the two cartridges. And it's playing the bottom side. What was said to me was a complete falsehood, and that is you can only play RCA records. That is not true. This will play any 10 or 12-inch record, and right now it's set for 10-inch. I'll show you how to change it to 12-inch. But this will play, I have doo-wop songs in here, and Brunswick and different labels, so it does not play just an RCA record. That was false. Okay, so let's eject it and watch this operation. It's going to drop the record down. And what these two stanchions do, it pushes the record against these two and lines the spindle right up in the middle of the record and plays perfect. Okay, it's playing the top part of this record. We'll eject it and we'll get it to play the bottom, the underneath. You'll notice the motor stopping and reversing. There it goes. And it'll play the bottom. I am so thrilled to death. It's amazing how I fixed it. But I guess you look, you study it, and you'll get it. And I love it. Pretty scarce, and when they're working, it's fabulous. Okay, let me eject it. You'll see. Drops down, and it goes into the compartment in the radio. Now, because there's nothing on there, it will shut right off. Perfect. Shuts down. Now, this is set for a 10-inch record. What you do is you take this arm, you turn it, and you'll notice the two outer stanchions will get wider to fit a 12-inch. And there it is. This is for 12-inch. You'll notice the lip on this is bigger for 12-inch, and this lip is a little smaller. And these go in and get closer. So this is for a 10 or 12-inch record. Turn it back. And they get closer. And this is for 10-inch. So it's fixed, it works, which is beautiful. But I'll say one thing, this is probably the most important. If you're moving this piece, the bolts that are in the cabinet, which are the short ones, they're like carriage bolts, when those things are not tightened down, you're going to have a problem in moving. They must be snug and a little tight. And I can tell you this, that if a train hits the truck, this piece will not move at all when those four bolts are snug and tight. That is probably the most important thing on moving this piece. And of course these bolts were not. They were all missing. They fell right out because they weren't tightened. Taking this out of the cabinet, very simple, takes about 5 minutes. Simple. Take off the back panel. There's screws in the back panel. You take it off and you undo only 2 wires. One of them is the AC, which is the black one you see there, and there is the other one right there, which is like an RCA phono jack for the sound. That's it. You undo the bolts, you take them out, and this lifts right out in minutes. Simple. The workings of this machine, it is a little complex. Thank God that there wasn't any further problems, but anything could be fixed, and I did it, and it's perfect. I'll check it out some more, go over it. But that's it. It's a marvel. Okay. I thank Donald again, the Vicar of Vintage, for his help. Mickey for letting me put this on his YouTube. And take it easy, guys. And I may just do some more of them to help anyone out. Take care.